begins the recording, and then from there, we're going to start with the people who are keeping their characters. So Bailey, what are you doing for your downtime?
Spending it training and retraining.
Yep, let me just check the training downtime and see what you need to roll. Come on. It is taking its own sweet time to load. Roll me a D100. 4 times. Never mind. Roll me a D6.
What the hell?
Oh,
That was loud.
oh, that hurt. Fuck.
What was
Someone
that?
had an echo.
Who's got noise coming through their speakers next to their microphone?
Jess.
Well, I'm on a laptop, so it could have been
It
me.
wouldn't have been Jess. I've just muted my phone in case it was my phone, but since it deafened me, I doubt it was mine.
And mine's through headphones, so it won't be me.
I'm on a laptop with no headphones, so it's probably me.
Well,
But I didn't hear anything, so
the
it probably
only-
wasn't me.
I want to check Discord and hit the dice button again.
No, it should be
I'm on
fine.
Discord currently.
So you rolled a 3, and a 3 does.
I have a headset, so I don't think it was actually me, though.
No, if anyone, it might have
Oh,
been
good.
me because I was leaning over my phone, but that shouldn't have pinged from a Roll20 thing unless I completely missed a notification.
I'm still saying it was me.
Possibly.
Just got comfortable, my headphones off in the room.
Fair. So you got a training complication with your 97, Bailey.
Oh.
Assuming you are retraining via yourself with some assistance from the others, you got the complication. Your teacher instructs you in a rare, archaic method, which draws comments from others.
Point being, it's Ibly.
Yeah, you got the because honestly, the other ones don't actually 3 of the other ones don't actually work currently. The instructor disappears. That one could have worked. Then there's spy is wanted criminal, and then asks you for dealing with a threat. None of those would have worked. But you get your training fine. Trent, what were you doing for downtime?
What was I doing at that time? I was going to.
We got... Sorry. Go, Trent.
I was thinking about asking. I was thinking about working, as in, I chilled with the dragon for a little while, but then would have left and went to a nearby city or something, and working with my background being a spy.
Sure, you can do that. Okay, so
Be right back.
working as a spy, I'm going to give you 2 options. Do you wish to do the research downtime activity? Well, actually 3. The research downtime activity for information gathering, the crime as breaking in things and stealing plans or anything, or just the work activity.
Crime work or research?
Yes. Research if you are just basically intel gathering. Crime if you are breaking in to get plans or anything. Possibly for your organization or anything. Or work if you are just doing general, I'm gonna basically detective on such and such who's cheating on his wife for money. And basically PI it.
I'll do research.
Well, you got 4
I'll
different
try to
things.
help the dragon a little bit.
Yeah, you do have 4 different work weeks.
Okay, then I will do one of each, with research being twice.
Okay, so we'll do research first. I I need a roll of what? Just an intelligence check.
Just an intelligence check? Oh no. Wasn't that bad actually.
What did you get?
Got a 16.
Or 16. You
I
learn
don't run +1 there.
you learn 2 pieces of law related to what you were researching. Figure out what you were researching. I will get back to you on the law. We will move to the work aspect now.
Yep.
Where I need a strength athletics, dexterity acrobatics, intelligence with a set of tools, or charisma performance.
I will do performance.
And then tell me what you got.
17.
17. You earn a comfortable lifestyle for the week. So that's like 10 gold or something. Crime. Now here's the thing. I need you to tell me how difficult you wish, how difficult the item you are going after. The character must make a series of checks with the DC of all the checks chosen by the character according to the amount of profit sought from the crime. You have the option of going for 50 gold, robbery of a struggling merchant for a DC of 10, a DC 15 for 100 gold, robbery of a prosperous merchant, a DC of 20, robbery of some form of nobility for 200, or a DC of 25, robbery of one of the richest figures in town for 1,000 gold. This requires 3 checks, a stealth check, a dexterity check using your thieves' tools, and an intelligence, investigation, wisdom, perception, or charisma deception check. Investigation, perception, or wisdom or deception as your last check.
Okay, I will. I'll risk the 200.
Risk the 200. Okay, so make me a stealth check.
Probably the worst one I have so far of the checks. That's a 9. That's no.
one fail. I now need a dexterity thieves tools.
Dexterity thieves tools that I am proficient in, so hopefully it's not horrible. That's a 19.
That is also a fail.
That's true.
Because
I
you,
need a
went- you
20.
went with the noble, which was a DC 20. I
Yes.
now need a investigation, perception, or
No, I
deception
thought
check.
he went with the James. I thought he went with the
I went for
well-off merchant.
I went for the noble.
You went
He
for
went
the
for the
noble?
DC 20, the 200
He
gold.
went for the DC 20 noble, not one of the merchants.
And I will decept. 23.
Okay, if 2 of the checks are successful, if only 1 check is successful, you fail your heist, but you escape without being jailed.
Nice.
Well done.
I'll get back to jail.
So that was crime. You've done work. You've done research. You now have a choice of doing any of those again, since you did say you were doing
do
research. You said you were doing research twice, but I was giving you the option. I need just an intelligence check again.
A 3.
You don't learn anything.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And for the law that I wanted to dig up on, is effectively anything on how dragon marks were made and whatnot to help the dragon do stuff.
Within the town you're in, the law you find, pretty much the 2 pieces only state that the dragon marked houses that are active at the moment, their dragon mark comes from a long line of a long primary bloodline and is seen to they're manifesting due to aspects of draconic inheritance in the blood that is that far diluted that the dragon marks are the only aspects showing up. It is still a mystery how some creatures of the same race can manifest the dragon mark without being a member of the prime house. The other piece of lore you find is about some of the missing dragon marks or aberrant dragon marks. Aberrant dragon marks are seen to be more akin to those who have a more immediate connection to some form of draconic ancestry or corruption, be it from dragon shards, experimentation, or just like an ancestor making a pact or something. There are theories that aberrant dragon marks may be what the major dragon mark houses first began as before they were standardized and stabilized.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we did Trent, we've done Bailey, we need to do Jess, who I believe was doing four issues of research.
I'm gonna be researching the Masked White, and I also want to write down the dragon story with all the information I have.
Okay, so it will take you at least 2 weeks to write down as much of the information of the dragon as you can with the materials currently present before you start running out of books. So I will give you 2 research work weeks, and then
Well, I was going to go to town and buy a
well,
dragon
then you
chart
could
or thing.
then it's probably going to take you about 2 to 3 months to write it all down. You have basically an entire history section of your own to write.
Well, I was gonna say I'm not gonna lose the information, so I'm just gonna be working on that slowly.
Yeah, so out of your 4 weeks,
researching
all
all
4,
the
4 intelligence checks for me. Also, Trent, can you roll me 4 D100s?
Or D100s.
Yes.
Ugh, those are kind of shitty.
Where would I put my familiar?
Boop, 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 boop. Trent got a complication.
Out.
You got a complication on research because it was your 4th one. So on research,
Do I need to roll 4D100?
yes, but we'll get to that in a second. Roll me a D6, Trent.
5.
5. So on the last week that Trent is doing his research gathering, he gets banned from the local town hall.
Well, what were you researching?
Well, he was doing spy work, so he was probably listening in on a noble or something. The complication is actually you get banned from the library, but since he was using his spy to gather information on people and stuff, he's basically been kicked out of the town hall / local Dragonmark Guild house.
Fair.
Jess, with your Jess got a complication too.
Yeah.
So roll me a d6. Jess.
Everybody gets complications.
15, 12, 18.
Yeah.
You learn 6 pieces of information.
Okay, cool.
Because actually 7, because your 8 earned you 1 as well. So you earned 7 pieces of information about the Masked White. Make a note of that on your sheet. I will get to that in a little bit because I'm not going to go digging through a book for it right now. But basically, the majority of the information you'll find will be less information about the creature because it's mostly unknown. But you've gone searching for reports of missing people, vanishing buildings, stuff that you're this can make things disappear and no one remember it, except for those who saw it. So you've gone looking specifically for reports of, my brother disappeared in front of my eyes, and no one remembers I even had a brother.
I think I also would have checked to see if I could have found any really really old maps and compared them to new maps of for towns that have just vanished or whatever.
That would require. You said you were doing full research on the master, right? That will be your next research task. But okie dokie dokie.
I rolled a 1.
You rolled
My
a
D6.
1. Ooh.
What?
You accidentally damage a rare book.
Oh no.
How the fuck did it? Okay. Yep.
That's the complication you rolled.
You sneezed on it and it disintegrated.
Shoot, tear in half.
Quick, someone mend it.
Okay.
Whoops. I damaged their book. I'm assuming I'm never allowed in that place again.
Yeah. Also, Raymond, on your
You and Trent
backup,
were in there
you
at the
might
same
want to
time.
check your bio section. I did put something in there for you as well.
In the bio section.
Yeah.
So are we
Down in treasures, I listed your magic item I gave you.
Is it 500?
Yeah.
Is it 750 gold we get?
Yes.
Okay.
It's 750 gold to 3 people who are still staying gets. Which I believe just does actually push you high enough that you could buy full plate if you wanted it.
Possibly.
So I got 750 gold by just not changing character.
Yes.
Oh, cool. I
Man,
got one.
we got 2,000.
I roughly worked out that the 750 would bring like
please
everybody
pass
up
me
to
my
having
phone?
around 2,000.
Mm.
What was that, Jess?
Can you please pass me my phone? My phone's on the
Yeah.
I come in basically as a penniless bastard.
You should not spend it all on magic items.
I couldn't remember whether I actually already added the 70 or not. Shit.
Over the course of this month, where the three party members have been doing their information gathering, mostly at Zanra.
What has Kujiro been doing?
Kujiro, for the most part, has just been practicing doing a bit of information gathering. He's not been doing anything that qualifies as a downtime task, as for the most part, he's just been doing the same sort of things as
Right.
Jess, where he's been trying to find information on the Master Right, where he did not roll well enough to get anything, to get much in the way of information, as well
Probably helped Diddley
as
at some
spending a
point.
decent amount of time shopping for items with the limited bits of money he did have.
Oh, here's a question.
Yeah.
Did they pick up my items?
I believe they would have.
Okay. I will print out into chat. What was there?
A lot of feathers.
Not many feathers, actually.
Quite a smear though, down by the caravan.
Yes. Because there's quite a few items that I had.
Oh, would we have returned that cart?
Return the what? Sorry?
We
The wagon.
the cart and horses.
Probably. You probably would have, when you got to Zanra, have handed them off to someone heading back to Shan from that household to return. Unless the party wishes to spend most of their downtime heading back.
No.
No.
Over the course of the month that you spend in Zanra, the three of you slowly have discussed the fact that you've lost a vast majority of your party members. During the downtime, Zelda and Navara both left on their own accord to pursue information elsewhere. Navara wishing to go back to find some of the people, like the Goliath from the field from several months ago, and check on them, as well as check on something in Shan, where Zelda has decided to travel on in lieu of trying to understand more of what's going on with the giant abilities. That happened in the first or second week you were in Zanra. The three of you then slowly discuss the possibility of bringing in more help, and quickly come to devise that it would be for the best, as with the three of you alone, you think you're safe traveling the paths, but traveling the roads, but safety in numbers would be a thing. And then over the course of your month of downtime, you've slowly just kept an eye out for people looking for work that seem out of place, that sort of thing. Over the course of time, you hear of 4 individuals in town. And as you've slowly approached most of them, some more willing than others to join your party, the first you came across was... Now, excuse me if I pronounce this horribly, because I'm reading it and my brain is not telling me how to pronounce it. Ilana.
Yeah, pretty much.
Who is greyed in skin tone, whitish silver hair, wearing some rather flamboyant pink ensemble. And upon discussing with them, they agree to travel with you for the most part. Let me check. I want to just quickly double check what they are before I say the wrong thing.
That's my bad.
When asking and inquiring about what skills they bring to the party, they mention something along the lines of having a skill set that they've picked up through working in crypts and graveyards that emphasizes abilities similar to that of a rogue, allowing them to get into places they might not necessarily be supposed to get to, but that they can also seemingly vanish whenever needed. The next person you come across about a week later is a stocky little dwarf riding a lizard in full plate. Now,
Amazing.
is that the name that's in Discord, Mikey?
No. That's
No.
that's the other one. It's the one I sent you on your messages.
Yes.
Also, for those 3 that stayed in the party, listed in chat is all my items in Discord.
As you discuss with him, he reveals to you that his name is Kildrak.
Sir Kildrak.
Yes, Sir Kildrak. He insists on the Sir. Whether you wish to go with that is up to you. And he explains that he is mostly here just looking for to champion a cause more than just that of simple guardsman work. You give him some basic rundowns of some of the things you've done and where you're thinking of going, and he soon decides to follow on. Checking the next person on the list. Traveling again about a week later, this time within the working with the guards to a point. Lubash comes across a man with horns and silver scales, partially dotting over their body. Upon discussing with them, he discovers this man is called Rogar, and they're more than happy to join Lubash for. Because I made a point that you've discussed this separately.
Yep.
Lubash made one. Does Lubash tell the party why Rogar is so eager to join the party?
Yes.
Well, feel free to divulge that information now, if you would.
You guys, I found my my stepson.
Let's step more in law.
In-law, that's the one.
Who has draconic features.
Yes.
And find
Very
out.
I am 8 foot tall, have horns and a dragon tail,
Yes.
as well as claws and feet.
Okay, yep. The Dragonborn looked very sus at you.
He married my daughter.
Yeah.
Lubash does not sound too pleased with that statement.
Lubash is perfectly happy with that statement.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
We're gonna talk later.
Yeah, no, there is a whole thing there. But traveling on into the next week, the party's the six of you are sitting in the local inn, discussing what you're going to do for the next couple of days before heading out, and if they think you need anything more. When you see a roughly 6'1", 6'2" elf with blonde hair walk into the tavern and start
Like a what?
asking about start asking about anyone hiring for work. Upon the party deciding to see what they're capable of, give me a second to open the right thing. You are met with Evarin Dalathan, who goes on to say that they're happy to work with the party, that they bring spells and abilities useful for slowing and reducing the enemy's efficiency when fought. And they're yes, Raymond?
I didn't actually pick many of those.
Just fluff it anyway.
Given your like first couple in your cantrip list.
Well, yeah, I suppose. I can keep you from dying
Bears.
initially.
From there, we're going to pick up at the end of the 4 weeks with the 7 of you in the tavern discussing where to go.
Quickly.
Also, side note, You hear reports about 2 weeks in that a Hydra was slain at Silver Lake.
Okay.
Yes. Continue.
I was going to ask really quickly to the Ibli and Lubash, would they want sorry, that's my phone. Peter has posted what he had on his character. Would you guys want any of that, or are we going to try and sell it?
I'll take the scimitar and the hourglass
What does
and the
Ruby?
rapier because I can.
It's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
He tends to be our pack mule.
That wasn't the character with less than 10 strength.
Hey,
Yeah.
how are they going to take your tattoos?
Their magic tattoos, when they're no longer attuned, they form into a small crystal bead about the size of your thumb.
What does it do?
Interesting.
And James,
Eldritch Tattoo is once per long rest, your melee attacks gain 30-foot reach and deal an extra d6 force damage
For a minute.
Oh, I like that.
for 1 minute. And Masquerade is basically a living tattoo. You can will it to form any shape on your body you wish, and once per long rest, you can cast the Disguise Self spell.
How long does this guy's self spell last?
An hour.
What does the Ruby of the War Mage do?
You can attach it to any melee weapon, and it will act as an arcane focus.
I need that. I want that. Oh, I don't need it, but I want it.
There.
You're not
Technically,
there.
this loot is being divvied before the 4 of you join the party.
Damn. Oh well.
Also, Sentinel's Shield, for those that are interested, you have advantage on all perception checks as well as initiative rolls.
Would the studded leather armor make my what armor do I have?
Studded leather armor will probably be worse for you.
It's 12 plus dex.
Because that's light armor.
Yeah, if I basically want 3 things from there, which is the hourglass. No one else has taken it. Ruby of the War Mage.
Taking it.
Up there. Then
Yeah, I was going to say, give it to the frog with the really short lifespan.
that's smart. Yeah, that'll be fine. Then I'll take the Ruby of the War Mage and Magic Tattoos.
I wanted the Eldritch Claw magic tattoo.
That's fine. I'll take the Masquerade then.
Alright, so Eldritch Tattoo, you can have any number of them attuned at the same time.
Okay.
They take up 1 attunement slot, but you can have any number of them.
Would Kudro have wanted any of this? And
Probably the scimitar.
and I actually think we possibly would have asked the dragon and then sold the rest.
The silver coin.
Kudro wouldn't mind the scimitar, as it is a magic sword of about the same caliber of what he's using.
It would actually be better than what he's using at the moment. Because he only had a basic sword, and that's the scimitar. That's the +1 2d6 sword.
That's what I said.
In
It's a
the
magic
active
version
race
of
of what
roughly equivalent to
Ibli
what he's
did last time, Ibli just throws the scimitar at Kudro. Here, take it.
Swing!
And for James, for the dragon, the silver coin with the hole in the middle of it is the trinket from my backstory. It's actually basically an entry permit for the Aracroca nest.
Mm-hmm.
Just so you're aware.
Yeah.
I put the ruby into my staff, into my cane.
Yep. It does require attunement.
James.
But yeah, now. Yeah,
So what else do we have? So Bailey, you're taking the rapier, did you say? And
Yeah.
the hourglass.
Yep, and I gave the scimitar to Kudro.
And Trent, you're taking the other Eldritch Claw tattoo and the ruby, right?
You're taking the
Yeah, you're taking the other tattoo. I meant, sorry.
Yeah, Masquerade.
No, healing potions.
Pardon?
I'd rather just take the healing potions.
You're not taking the ruby?
Jess, so you're aware, the Eldritch Claw tattoo costs 1,300 gold, while the Masquerade tattoo only costs 75.
Trent, you're taking the masquerade tattoo, aren't you?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. I only want the one. I only want the Eldritch Claw.
What's an Everbright lantern?
It's just a lantern that
yes.
doesn't run out.
It can also burn underwater.
Yes, because it's a lantern, not a torch. The Everbright lantern and the
in
Everbright
the
torch
title.
are, kind of what Mikey said. They're in the title.
Yeah.
I'm assuming we'd also take the
It's also
gem
technically just a
spice
glowing
gem.
rock. It's not a flame. So even in like poisonous gas and stuff, it won't ignite it.
James, can we sell if nobody else wants them? I'm assuming we would have sold everything else. So it's leather. It's the studded leather armor, the shield, the silver coin with the hole in the middle, the bronze lockbox, the burglar's backpack, silk rope.
Do you want me to work out how much it would cost, Jess? So you can just divide the
Yeah,
gold.
work out how much it is, Pete, and half of that.
Take
Yeah.
the Everbright lantern out of that list because Ively's going to take that too because Ively just collects whatever it feels like.
So what I'll do is just remove what's there. Hourglass is gone. Scimitar's gone.
Rapier's gone.
Rapier's gone.
Both tattoos are gone, and the
Everbright and the
ruby.
Warm Age. Yep. I'm assuming you're keeping the basic
And the
healings.
2 health potions, I took them, yeah.
Also,
Yep.
Ively pockets the 100 GP and uncut gems.
Yep.
Well, I was gonna say I thought we would have shared them, but whatever.
He died. It was loot from the previous.
Does anyone in the current party use a shield?
No.
Okay. I will work out how much is left then.
Can you use thieves' tools if you're not proficient?
You can use them, you just don't get to add proficiency.
Yeah, nah, not worth it.
But it does give you the attempt to do unlock locks and whatnot.
Or in your case, you have a big ass hammer.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Don't need a lockpick if there isn't a lock in the end.
Yeah, pretty much.
Most paladins tend to subscribe to the mantra of a wall is just a door that doesn't know it yet.
Take the simple bronze lockbox off
Yep.
as well. Cool.
Alright.
Other than that, like minor caveat of shopping, we will now pick up at the end of the month with the party of 7.
I also
Well, 8.
Be keeping Kujiro. He good.
Masquerade just gives me disguise self, doesn't it? Want a long rest.
Yes.
And you have a tattoo that can change its shape at will.
Yeah.
So Trent, you have a shadow puppet show on your arm now.
That's fine.
Just think Maui from Moana.
Pretty much.
Yeah, no, that's very apt.
As I said, shadow puppet show.
Amazing.
Look at that mini Maui. Just tip it tapping.
Yeah, watch me use it to get like advantage on all my moment shows.
That sounds awesome, Trent.
Well, with
Sorry.
the way Trent's
None of
going,
the cool lights.
with the way Trent's going, one more multi-class and he is just a green Maui.
Could you check how long that has left? Hey Peter, could you please
Yeah.
send me through what that tattoo does, please, when you have a minute?
Yes, I can do.
9 minutes total. 20, 25. Okay.
Sure.
Actually, no, that was 900 for that one.
Are you muted, James?
No.
No.
Were you?
So yes,
Yeah.
it is. We'll say for the ease of it, Monday morning at about 9 in the morning.
I was going to say, does anyone there have high charisma so they can sell it at a higher price? Or
I
am
have
just doing
charisma. I have 20
base
charisma.
sale? Or am I just doing base sale, James?
Technically, it would be. Give me
I have
a
14
Trent. Give me a
charisma.
charisma check.
You a charisma
Can
check?
I help? Can I help?
You can give him advantage.
I use the help action to advantage.
24.
Give him 50% profit on top.
All right.
Meow.
Cute kitty.
Hi, Dallas.
It's not Dallas.
Oh, okay.
I just meowed because I heard a cat meow.
All right.
Ignore this next roll. I'm just checking something.
Oh, it's my Ruby. Hey, Ruby Rose.
Uh,
I don't get +1 to my rolls.
Maybe you got a cloak of protection.
I have a cloak of protection, but I just turned it off.
Do you have any,
Hmm.
do you have
Only
any
to
global
play
modifiers?
in Discord is the total value.
I am unaware as to why you're having a +1. So long as you're aware it's there and we just make a point to deduct it, we can work it out later.
Yeah.
Yeah, stop cheating.
Unless you've somehow toggled a global modifier.
I have a global save modifier on, but I've toggled it off for that second roll. And it's still got the +1 there. I'm so confused. Anyway, I'll work that out. You just continue. I'll minus all my
Are
rolls.
we dividing it by 3 or 4 people? Trenton,
4.
3.
so we're not giving any to Kujiro?
I have a family to feed.
Hi, Dad.
Well, by 3 ends up with 240.66666666667 gold. And by 4 is 180.5. A lot easier to divide.
Well, I was just dividing the gold, and I've got 193 gold pieces each. But when you divide it by 4,
Hang on, I
And-
missed that. I did 722, not 772.
if you divide it by 4, it's 193 gold, 1 silver, and 6 copper each.
that works for me.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
6 copper. How much silver?
1.
One.
Nice. How much gold is that?
193.
Okay.
There you go, Jess. I just whispered. Apparently, I only whispered half of it.
Thank
It
you.
didn't even whisper it.
Yeah.
No, it whispered the first half.
Oh, weird.
Hit enter in the middle. It's all
Yeah.
good.
That's what you did wrong.
What is going on?
It's like sort of blowing into their mic.
Don't know. Anyway, so yes.
It was 1 silver piece and 6 copper pieces, right?
Yeah.
Trent, you just didn't come through. I heard you, but not through here. And again.
Thank you.
Oh, nice.
We heard you that time. Also, Raymond, on your character, if you check your bio, I added an image for you.
Uh-huh.
If
Get off the mouse.
if you click the bio and info big tab at the top.
Oh. Where the hell did my mouse go? Oh no, where the fuck did it...
And the cat got it.
It's literally not here. There it is.
How do you?
I picked her up and she was sitting on it.
Oh, was it really the cat?
Yes, it was.
Oh my gosh.
So yes. So do you guys have a current job, or what's the go?
Not as far as I know.
Okay, that's kind of nasty looking. But okay.
Current job.
At current, the last job the party had was to hunt what they has recently been killed and disclosed as a Hydra.
We were meant to do that, but then everything went wrong.
Cool.
So now that we're halfway through the allotted time for tonight's session, what do we want to do?
I was going to say, none of you guys have heard anything about any cults around here or people disappearing, have you?
No.
Mm. If you hear nothing.
Not recently.
What do you mean not recently?
Like a few years ago, there's people went missing.
Huh. Interesting.
That's what I mean by recently.
Yes, that I know. I'm hunting them, remember?
Yes. But we're also looking for 2 different people, Peter.
True.
Huh.
As I'm looking for my wife's murderers. Or
Really?
murderer.
I'm looking for my wife's kidnappers. Oh, shit, I hadn't told you that. Yeah, your daughter's missing.
She's what?
Dinner and show. Ibly like.
Yeah, about 2 years ago, the convent got raided. I've been hunting them down and murdering them on sight for the last 2 years.
I appreciate the consistency, but I can't really talk as my first wife got murdered. Again, kidnapped and disappeared. You know.
Yeah.
Well, relations are hurting my head.
Mother-in-law.
Yeah, that's the one.
Soon Lubash will start
Yes.
suffering psychic damage remembering his own family tree.
What going on in the family?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, we also have the job from the dragon.
I mean, that's a
You
long.
guys have a job from a dragon?
Oh yeah. So we met this really cool iron dragon guy up in the mountains. I've adopted him to my family.
Another dragon?
Yes,
The family sounds complicated.
Lubash.
yeah. But he I was asked to, and I kind of whisper in because I'm not sure who's around. Kill one of the patriarchs of the dragon marked houses because they're all evil dragons.
Oh, I'm down to kill some evil dragons. Sounds like fun.
Do you whisper that back, or do you just casually say that aloud?
I think because it's a normal volume.
No one around here knows that they're who they are except us.
I just said evil dragons, though. I didn't say who they were.
Good point. Yeah, those evil dragons sure are bad, aren't they?
It's in the name.
True.
Not all dragons are evil. All bad.
Oh,
I
yes.
can't Peter.
Wait, where did
People
you
will
get this
very
job
quickly notice that riding on my shoulder there is a very, very, very young dragon.
Ooh, you're
from?
cute.
So, yes. Because that will be very, very apparent very quickly.
Which ones do you want to kill?
Lubash would like to go up to. Wait, where are we currently sitting? In a bar or a tavern? Or
In basically the local inn.
I'd like to go ask if they have any anything that needs adventures help, like 8 of them to help.
I'd like to go up there as well.
And being all, hello, good barkeep. Is there any chance that you perhaps have work around here, or anyone that does have work for a group of 8 adventurers to adventure? I guess
Any
Sure.
jobs available
that's the
for an
wording.
adventuring type?
He just sort of looks at you. Oh, yeah. There's a couple of jobs running at the moment. I got some bandits out on the road. I got a tower that's apparently been giving off a mysterious aura, apparently, to the local nutcase. Oh, I'm
Where is
sorry.
the?
I'm not supposed to use that term. They're the local archmage. Fucking nutcase who keeps turning his house upside down. Apparently, a tower a couple of days from here is giving off a despicably evil magic aura and should be cleansed with fire. Don't know. The man couldn't tell.
Where does this man live?
If you walk down the street, if you've been here any reasonable amount of time, just listen for the explosions and look for the place that's chimneys on sideways.
Sounds like fun.
Ibli know that because Ibli's been hiding behind you the entire time.
The man couldn't tell two marbles different within the cup if you handed it to him.
I have a few things that are similar. Maybe I should try and get him to tell the difference. As Lubash turns and walks towards the person.
Yes. Lubash.
I stand there for a few seconds and follow. And we just walk away from the barkeep. We just leave them mid-conversation.
Yep.
Nice.
Tawina.
Yeah.
Work, maybe?
Okay. I look at the others and say, "That's our cue. Let's go."
See, a wizard.
Radio.
Apparently.
He hasn't changed in all these years.
I just look at you and say, "Don't cause trouble. He's enough trouble on his own. Don't create more trouble. Don't be like him." And
Hey, unless you're part of the cult, I'm good.
Yep.
Yes.
Later at the wizard's house.
Pretty much.
Our entrance by now.
3 minutes later.
Lubash is already in a fight.
With a rock.
When I can talk.
And losing.
Someone's cat is very, very, very itchy at the moment.
So
My Apple logo.
as you arrive at the house, it's not hard to find as you walk down the street, and all the houses are relatively neat and well maintained. And then you get to one. It seems impossibly, almost as if it was stretched up an extra story or two, and it's crooked and jutting, each of its additional floors on about a 20-degree tilt. The chimney literally is sideways, sticking out of the third floor quotation mark wall.
This looks like the place.
I think it is. Wait, is the chimney on the side?
As you say this, and you go, "Is the chimney on the side?" and you look, a gout of purple-red flames shoots 7 feet out of the chimney.
Ooh, exciting.
Followed by a loud sound of an explosion, and inside you hear, "God damn it!"
Sounds right. Sounds right.
Magic Man heal.
I'll walk straight up to the door. And knock.
Yep. Just give me a moment.
Are we gonna get crazy map with crazy sideways house?
No. I'm like finishing up Raymond's backup character's token.
Okay.
No. As you knock on the door, you hear, coming from seemingly 3 different spots around you, "Coming!" Then loud footsteps. First to your upper right, then lower left, then seemingly beneath you, and then the door swings open. Ah, visitors! You're not.
Are you the local archmage?
Magic Man!
Are you the local food delivery?
No, we're
No.
Ah, even better.
Bad Voodoo Tower.
Ah, bad Juju Tower. Yes. Come. And he just sort of turns, waving his hands as he sort of shuffles into the building.
Walks
I will follow him.
Taking almost
What
like
race is it?
inch-long steps, lots of little shuffled steps. As you step in, if the architecture on the outside didn't seem infeasible or at least impractical, inside it is even worse. The angles are more extreme. The house seems to bow outwards and then suddenly back in. There are staircases that go halfway up a wall and then turn 90 degrees and run along a wall for a good period.
I look and say, is the house safe?
Of course it's safe. Why wouldn't it be safe? You hear an explosion upstairs.
That's the reason.
Ah, that's nothing. That's just Whiskers. He may have knocked something over. Whiskers, are you okay? Mow. Whiskers is fine.
Hey guys, don't knock anything over. You might explode.
Oh,
Yeah.
nothing downstairs explodes. That's only up in the lab.
Don't knock
The one who said you want it tower cleansed with fire.
Oh yes, the tower to the east. Yes, it needs the politest way to say this is removing.
What's the problem with it?
The problem with it is that I've been doing some scrying lately, and it's giving off a tremendous aura of necromantic magics.
Hey, some necromantic magics is good.
This is true.
Yes. So,
Lubash is strong, but Lubash can't carry and make a tower disappear.
If you need any further convincing, the last 2 adventuring parties I've sent there have not come back. Or at least they never came back to tell me what they found.
Ooh.
How big were their parties?
Party of 2 and a party of 4. Or was it 5?
I forget different stuff.
I forget. One of them looked big and strong. He helped me move my couch.
Shopping helps move couch.
No, he said the previous party had someone who was big and strong and helped him move
Oh,
his couch.
okay. Slightly missed.
He did not ask you to help move his couch.
Anyway.
I miss what James said because of Bailey.
No, I was just saying, like, it was the previous party who was asked about
Yeah.
moving the couch.
Randomly
Right.
moving someone's very Lubash thing to do.
Well,
So,
apart from necromantic energies emanating from the tower, is there anything else you can tell us?
Well, the tower wasn't there a month ago.
How do you remove a tower?
Well, that is suspicious.
You don't. Also, all of the ground nearby, trees, grass, all that is kind of dying.
I'm intrigued.
That's why I sent people to investigate in the first place.
It's normally not
And
a good thing.
at that moment, he puts his hands on his hips and his pants just fall down. And he does not. He does not even seem phased.
Sir, your pants.
Yep.
Oh! Waves his hand, mage hand pulls them up and then ties his pants off.
Mood.
Carrying on.
Right.
I have a new set of pants if you'd like.
Oh no, these are good. These pants are fine. I may have just forgotten to tie them earlier today. What day is it?
Monday.
Of what week?
This week.
James?
You give him the date. Ah! He just sort of pulls out his notepad. Reminder to self. Eat.
I was going to say, James, is this your last character?
On the note of eating, Evely just pulls out like the roasted, roasted crickets on a stick and offers. Food.
Oh, why thank you. And he just sort of just leans over, takes a few large bites out of it, and then just
Makes the
holds,
con save.
holds his arm out and just slides it straight into the sleeve on the other side. And yes, he'll make a con save, because what's your poison DC?
Evely used gloves.
Fair.
It's safe food.
He had like a 16 anyway.
Evely used gloves. It was safe food.
But yeah, he just takes like 4 or 5 bites and just slides it into his sleeve, and it just vanishes up one sleeve. I'll finish that later. Now, if you excuse me, if you come up with me upstairs, I will show at least one of you what is going on at the tower by using my scrying pool.
Sure. Lubash follows.
And he proceeds to just walk.
Evely follows too.
He walks directly into the wall, where when he reaches the wall, he just steps and starts walking directly up and then across the wall.
I follow.
I try to follow.
As you place your foot onto the wall, you feel as if gravity is shifting as you lean onto the wall, and then suddenly it takes a moment for your brain to realize it, but you are standing perfectly horizontal on the wall compared to everything else in the room, but it's like standing on the ground like normal.
How high is the roof in this building?
You look up, and what from the outside seemed to be about 35 feet, seems closer to 200 in here.
Oh, okay. So Ibly's just gonna leap onto the wall and do the frog thing along the wall.
Cool. Roll me a dex save.
I was waiting for that.
As you leap at the wall and then suddenly basically hit the ground as if you fell 15 feet.
Dex save.
You hit the ground, managing to avoid any fall damage. As all of you watching have just watched Ivy jump into the air, and as they've passed a certain point, they've stopped going up and forward slightly and just started going directly at the wall.
Fun. I was going to say, I will also
as they
follow
seem to have
up
hit
behind them.
whatever gravity barrier seems to be affecting
I
these
will
walls.
follow.
Quick instruction,
With the
who
drum?
isn't following?
I'm standing on the ground.
You staying on the ground floor?
Mm-hmm.
Fair.
I'm curious.
He did say he was going to show one person.
He said at
Well,
least
he
one
also-
person.
Yeah.
And he also mentioned scrying. That's a magic I don't know yet.
So, Remy, you said something. You were interested in something?
Yeah, I'm interested in going.
No, fair. So you all travel up. It corkscrews around like 3 or 4 times before jutting onto what, from the outside, you saw was a balcony, but when you step in, is a large observatory. Ah, yes. Welcome to my sub lab.
I like your sub lab.
Same.
Sub lab?
Okay.
Some people in town don't like my architectural inventiveness. Haphazard and homeowners association and all that sort of jazz. He walks over to the middle, grabs a wand off the wall, and just touches the center of the floor in the room, where it just slowly drops 2 or 3 times, creating a large pool, and then an emerald green water begins to fill it as he stands in the middle.
Ooh. I approach.
Once the water is a good couple of inches deep, he starts waving the wand in the air and chanting before touching it, the center of the water, and the lake becomes crystal clear of a reflective silver. A few moments later, you are looking down from above at a rundown tower that looks to be about 4 stories tall. Everything around it is dead, grey, yellow. None of the characters that are currently in the party went to the Mournlands, did they?
Lubash has been.
Both
Lubash has
Serena
been
and Ibly had to travel through it.
Okay.
Yeah.
The ground looks very similar to the deadness of the Mournlands, and yeah, Lubash was adjacent to it, so Lubash should be aware.
Yeah.
This looks very much like any area where nothing is growing, be it desert, like right after the snow frost, frost thaws in spring. Just it is dead grass. The trees
Is it a
are
perfect
wilting.
circle around the tower, or is it?
Yes. From the angle you can see, it appears to be a perfect evenly spaced perimeter around the tower.
Cool.
Juju.
I was going to say, this would be odd. Would we be able to tell roughly how far out from the base of the tower it is?
Seems to be 400 feet by
Bear back.
rough estimates.
Right.
At that moment, you see him go. You see what I'm talking about? Whack! As he flies and smashes into the ceiling, and the vision in the pool vanishes.
Oh,
He fall-
Ibly was just about to stick finger in pool because Ibly not seen this before.
He falls 30 feet onto the back into the pool, creating a large rippled splash.
That's not normal.
Ow. Whatever's in the tower noticed again. That's about the third time that's happened, he says as he pulls himself up. That is, forceful repulsion of scrying magic when using a large-scale pool. I guess normally it just shoves you away, but since my pool is,
Large.
larger than normal, the effects are magnified. Ow.
Magic bath as Ibly jumps into the water.
As you jump into the water, it doesn't feel like any water you've ever felt before. There is no oxygen in this water.
Thick water.
At this point, as you're jumping in there,
Essentially.
Whiskers, bring a potion again. You hear "Meow" from upstairs again. And then large, heavy footsteps.
So does the guy look physically beat up now?
Not too bad. Like, he's mostly wet and has a bit of a blood nose, but he did fall 35 feet onto the floor.
Okay, so intriguing. Ibly's gonna ask him why he's in there. How far tower?
The tower is about 2 days east from here.
Hmm.
It's not far. That's part of the reason why I'm examining it. If the decay keeps spreading at the rate it's going, within 6 months, it will be reaching the edge of town. As at first, it only progressed a foot or two each day, and then over the last couple of days, it's been progressing tens of feet a day. It seems to be exponentially speeding up. I don't know if it'll have a maximum range or not.
So, have you ever been able to peer inside the tower?
Once,
I take it didn't end well.
he gestures to 3 boarded over windows where the entire frames are crushed out. No,
What was
it didn't go well.
Do I dare ask?
All I saw was a golem. Or at least I think it was a golem. The moment I peered inside the tower, I was repelled almost instantly. At this point, the large, heavy paw falls are almost right on top of you, seemingly coming from behind the party. And then you hear a cat flap go behind the party, which none of you had even noticed. And the heavy paw falls behind you are on this tiny little teacup kitten that's dragging a potion. That every time
Aw.
it steps, every time it steps, it sounds like someone in full plate walking, as if it were that heavy. I just sort of trods on past the party, in that little that prance that kittens do when they're dragging a toy that's all proud of themselves.
Yep.
As it walks up to me, he just sort of scoops the potion up. Thank you, darling, and just downs the potion. And it just walks over to the side and lays in a cat bed that's under one of the desks.
Cute.
Yes, that's Whiskers. He helps out with my experiments.
Right.
I would not recommend attempting to touch Whiskers.
Why not?
I withdraw my
I
hand.
just look at this dragon on my shoulder and say, no.
For easy experiment, he just sort of waves his hand and a table slides across the room in front of him. Whiskers, up. Whiskers prods over, jumps up onto the table, and it just crushes underneath him, collapsing.
Interesting.
Through experimentation, Whiskers weighs 1,200 pounds.
Huh.
Different.
Yeah. Side effects of a spell I was working on. Coincidentally, it is the exact opposite of what I was trying to achieve, and it has caused no matter of ends. And as Whiskers walks away, he just sort of waves his hand, and the desk slowly begins to rebuild itself before sliding back into the wall.
Right.
So where were we?
Well,
Tower.
yes. What do the rest of you think?
I think we should go there.
It looks like a bad tower. We should fix it.
Right. I turn back to the wizard. Next question is, what do we get if we clear the tower?
Good question.
If you clear the tower, not only can you have anything you find within the tower, but I will work my magics and enchant one item of your choice with a effect of my own creation.
Deal.
I am happy with this.
Same.
Tower.
See? I just look at them and go, you're not asking the right questions. I turn back to him. Would that be one item total or one item each?
One item total is what I will enchant, as that is all I have the means to do at the moment. But as I said, you're able to take anything you find within the tower for yourself.
Okay.
As I have no interest for anything of its own. The tower itself, if you could manage to not destroy that, would be nice, because it would be nice to have somewhere out of prying eyes to work. And I'm pretty sure the current council would be less than pleased if I used one of the spells in my book over there to just sort of take my house.
Yeah. Speaking of your book, in payment, could I receive a few pointers on spells as well?
Ah, you're a practitioner of the arcane arts. I am
New to it, but yes.
I am certainly happy to teach you a few of my particular brand of spells.
That would be
I'll
greatly
second that
appreciated.
offer.
More than one. Yes,
I also do magic, but I don't need to learn new magics. I don't think I can learn magic.
Trent, you cannot learn any of his spells. I will tell you that now.
I'm just saying this though.
Yeah, he's a bard.
Ah, yes. I could attempt to teach you some of my spells, but I believe they are mostly required on that of the studied arcane arts.
That's fine. I like my random magic. I'm more than a bard now as well.
Interesting.
I've learned new things.
You are a interesting lot.
You're an interesting person.
Yeah, true.
Boring and
Surprising.
overrated.
This may come to surprise you, but you are not the first person to tell me as such.
Yeah, makes sense.
Well, I don't know if I've missed it or not, but before we go, what is your name?
My name, well, besides what everyone locally calls me, which is some variation on Screwball.
We heard lunatic.
Not the worst
I
thing I've
think
heard.
it's very rude.
Again, not that different.
Serena pipes up and says, "Local nutcase."
Again, about on par for them. They fear what they do not understand. My name,
Yes, I
my
agree.
name is Archibald Delucian. Archibald Delucian Devolo, por favor. Fuck no, I'm not taking.
Can
I'm not
I
having
get that
at
in
the end.
chat?
I will put it in chat in a little bit. I completely butchered it. I've got notes on my computer.
Serena looks and says, "Can I call you Archie?"
I tried to do something, but I just defaulted back to fake Latin.
Can I call you Archie?
You can call me whatever you wish. I care not for what others call me, so long as I'm aware I'm being addressed.
Name hard, Magic Man.
Oh,
But you can refer to myself by the name of Rogar. It's always courtesy to exchange names when dealing business.
Lubash of Ladron.
Ibli.
Others.
that language now. Can I
Caravan.
Can I communicate with Ibli?
You would probably be very close to being able to speak it, yes.
Yay, Ibli! I can communicate to you with you both in your own home language.
In Grung.
I'm Norexis, Serena, but you can call me Serena. As apparently you people call each other by your first names. She kind of looks around.
Understood.
It's true, we do, and I am Elena.
guide downstairs. So what's
Archibald, the floor lace. Okay.
The floor lace?
Archibald the Florist
Alborans.
Hang
Alborans.
Archibald, the flawless Alborian.
Archibald. Just Archibald.
Yeah.
Archibald the Flawless. The Flawless.
Archibald, the floor lace, Alborians.
as Ibli said, Magic Man.
Yes. Anyway, I guess we should return downstairs and tell the other companion.
Certainly.
probably.
He just waves
So
his
what
hand,
bit?
and suddenly you're standing in the dining room beside the entrance hall.
Ah, neat.
Yes.
I look and say, Archie,
Yeah.
very weird.
Kind of
This
fun, though.
coming from the bipedal lizard person.
I like it.
Neat.
Faster than walking.
I look and say, I'm very normal, thank you.
At which point he just waves his hand. Anybody who's proficient in Arcana can make an Arcana check.
I actually have some Arcana skills.
I rolled shitty on that, and I still got a 14.
I'm used to knowing Arcana.
We have proficient in what?
Arcana.
Okay, Raymond, you need to go to the cog at the end, and it'll say, on the far right side, it'll say
smites.
always whisper. What?
I have smites.
No.
Okay, yep, okay.
Was it just a Connor or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I've already rolled. Ignore this one.
It is proficiency in Arcana.
Very much ignore that one.
Yeah.
I rolled an 11.
Yeah, it is anybody with proficiency specifically. With a 14, you're not sure what he's casting. He just sort of waves his hand, and there's a faint haze above you. Sure, you're normal. You're about as normal as I am. There is something that has affected you that I'd be interested in studying, but I have a funny feeling you're not going to let me.
I look at him and say, get away from me with whatever
He's
magic
35
you
feet
have.
from you.
With whatever magic you have. I am not something
Grab
to
and
sell.
push that door.
This is my house. You entered
Grab
my
and push
house and then
the
began
door.
talking back to me. I will do
I
whatever I wish within my house.
I just turn and walk out his door. Walk out.
I was gonna say,
He
I
just
walk
sort
into
of
the living
waves his
room.
hand, and the moment you go to walk into the main hall, you walk back into the room from the other side. I was not done talking.
I was trying to get her out in one piece.
Now you can leave, and he just waves his hand, and the floor falls out beneath you, and you just fall out of the mailbox out the front. Now,
I stick my head into the living room and go, I'm assuming it's the dwarf, Mikey's dwarf. You can
So
come
what's
over
the-
now. We've accepted the job, apparently.
Yes.
All right,
I-
what's the
I-
job?
yeah. At this point, the party, instead of coming back down the wall, has just come out of the room beside you.
You're right then.
Hey.
What's the job?
Go clear all the baddies in a tower.
Bad mojo.
Days.
Undead.
Yeah.
Necromancer.
Destruction. Sounds like fun.
I agree.
Minimal destruction to the tower if we can, because the Archibald, the wizard, wants it.
You said I'd be destroying the tower. There are things that we need to kill.
Yes, but minimal property damage.
That takes the fun out of it.
Yep. Nope. Serena has an issue with mages now.
And you've got how many in the party?
Yep. Nope.
That's a good question, actually.
I think at this point it's like 5.
Do we include me in this point?
Yes.
I mean, you're just a giant mage, aren't you? Essentially.
I mean,
Meaning.
less of a mage. I'm more of a Rog hit it with the occasional of do magic.
Big.
And a touch of Will Smith.
I like that.
Yeah.
At least it's not
But
Jaden
yes.
Smith.
Oh God.
I would appreciate if you removed the ink. The
Inhabitant.
I was going to say infestation, but inhabitants works best as well. From the tower.
I agree
as
with
soon as
infestation. Let's go.
The moment you say "let's go," he just waves his hand, and the front door seemingly swings open in both directions, even though it's a single door.
Neat.
I think I'm going to have a lot to learn from you as I walk out.
This will be interesting.
I like this guy.
Yep. Serena sees the party begin to file out of the household, and besides Serena, you see the mailbox go. Start the front lid flap down, and a voice from inside. When you're willing to cooperate, you're welcome back anytime. And it slams shut just as the others reach the front gate. And a few seconds later, there's a cough, and just one of your gloves comes out that you didn't realize you weren't wearing.
I don't wear gloves.
Just a minor article of clothing or something from like a
Or
bag.
left shoe.
Some small object that you may have not noticed is just coughed up by the mailbox.
I was gonna say, as long as cooperating does not mean being experimented on or studied.
Well, I think he said he was going to without permission.
I'd recommend at least once.
No.
If you die and people can study you, then you can't say no.
You're an interesting fellow.
That's an understatement.
Realistic.
Was that that's an understatement or dad's an understatement?
Both. So I'm assuming we're talking like 10 o'clock in the morning by now or something.
10:30.
Cool.
So,
East.
we start heading towards the tower.
Cool.
Remember, walk on towards the tower.
Does anyone wish to buy anything while you're in town still?
Nope.
I'd assume people would have done the buying of stuff.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
you've been here
referring
for 4 weeks.
I'm referring if people wanted to buy anything specifically knowing that you were going into a tower, possibly with undead in it.
Holy water.
Of course, you bring out the undead the day after my cleric dies.
No, the party has mentioned undead. I've said no such thing. So far, the only thing the wizard mentioned was the possibility of a golem.
Necromantic vibes.
That doesn't mean anything.
Ah.
This is true.
And you literally just said, are we going to buy anything because there's possible undead?
I forgot to show
I
him my dog.
used undead as an example
Mm-hmm.
because holy water is available in most towns. It could be undead. It could be you want to buy healing potions. It could be anything. I don't know. One of you might have enough money to buy a fucking cannon.
How much
Also,
does a cannon cost?
I should like 3,000 gold.
Well, you only gave us 2,000, so nah.
Jess. Lubash.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. You could pool money.
Don't be stupid, we don't share.
No, you don't. We do.
I share some things, but probably not my gold.
Come up
That cat.
This group is now a coming. Everyone shares everything.
I have to go find that cleric for you again, Trent.
Yeah, wasn't it a paladin?
It was a paladin.
Was that the paladin of throwing it back?
No, it's the paladin of communism.
Where if we went to a town and I didn't help the local do something in manual labor, I'd lose all my paladin abilities.
Lovely.
It was the oath of the everyman or the oath of the working man or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But either which way, if the party is not going to do anything, I would like.
Well, I did want to do some basic mundane shopping, but that doesn't have to be done right now.
No, Mikey, not you. I don't want to lose another character.
I will get a D100 from everyone.
God.
Ooh, a 74.
Ooh, 46.
Yeah. God damn it, GM rolls. I rolled 55.
Oh, good.
James
no one
would
got
know
near
that.
90 and no one got near 10.
So
Yeah, but I got really close to 32.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. / GM roll 1d7.
And it's a 1. It's me all along.
I don't like that smile.
Oh no.
He goes, with Mikey's roll of a 33.
With Jess's roll of a 35.
Damn it.
Close.
The party travels down the road, and about a couple of hours outside of town, walking down the road towards the tower, I'd like everyone to make a perception check.
God.
I am generally. Why do I keep opening Discord? God damn it.
I'm okay.
Oops, I accidentally said that's you and a
Yeah,
GM.
a
apparently.
26 is enough, and Bailey, you know exactly what you see in front of you.
Oh, that's not. That was the wrong P
With
word.
a natural 20,
Just dances or whatever it
it's a
is.
22. It's the same modifier for you, Jess.
Yeah. Okay, with a natural 20.
The two of you that rolled over a 20 recognize what's in front of you
Well,
immediately.
I rolled a 20.
You have a 22 total.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Recognize it immediately. For those of you who rolled below a 10, there's just something on the horizon. For 14 and 19, you're not sure, but is that a fruit cart up ahead? As you approach, the cart pulls to the side of the road, and standing there is an older man, and an elderly woman who is starting to sort out fruit and vegetable onto the cart.
Rudolph would like to run up to them.
Well, hello. Can I serve you anything today?
Yeah.
Oh, it's used to return customers. Very nice.
Hello again.
Where's
Can I buy more coconuts? I kind of threw mine at people.
Certainly, I can find some. Where are your friends?
They either died or left.
Understandable. Coconuts.
Hey.
He reaches.
Accidents of the trade?
He reaches and produces 2 more pristine coconuts. Here you
So
go.
we know.
Here's my son-in-law.
Yeah.
1 gold.
Get the pot.
I pay.
Get the what? Oh,
Get
pot.
the pot.
I grabbed the pot, James.
Uh-huh.
We're doing that again.
Yep.
Ghibli just rummaging through, going, yep, that, this and that. So, mushrooms, general things to make soup with. Gem corn.
Psychedelic mushrooms.
The older gentleman turns to the others that he's not seen before. Is there anything I can get you? I have most fruits, vegetables, most types of food.
Go.
This must be pissing Mikey off so
I
much.
was
He
going to
wanted
say,
to
do you
banish.
have snowberries?
1 moment. He reaches down and he pulls out a small strand of pristine white berries covered in a fine fog and condensation, as if they've just come out of the snow. Right here. Slightly exotic, so there'll be 2 gold.
Where the did you pull them from?
I have my secrets.
I hand over my last 2 gold coins.
I have bankrupted Peter.
Is that a first, or is this?
I didn't even realize he only had 2 gold left. I knew he was running low on money.
I have 2 gold. I had 2 gold, and I've now got like 30 silver, so technically 3 more gold, but that's it.
Serena looks and says, "Do you have any rainbow corn?"
Of course, of course, of course. Pulls out 3 more sticks.
I buy them all. I just
3 gold.
straight away grab them and hand him money. Mine. Dibs.
It's too bad your friend isn't here, the bird person. I had some more exotic delicacies he may have been interested in.
Ooh, like what?
Serena glares and says,
Describe
"No,
exotic.
no."
He reaches down and he pulls out a large, heavy oak box covered in runes and intricate markings. Runs his finger along the top of it and opens it. Inside
Can
is
Serena reach over and try and attempt to close it and flatten it and say no?
as you reach over, he just sort of slaps your hand. Shush you.
I look at him. If you sell them anything that makes them trip, I am destroying something of yours next time I see you.
I am but a
Yeah,
humble
no
salesman.
choice.
I am but a humble salesman. I sell them the items. How they proceed to use them is on themselves. Is up to them. How do I know, as adventurers, you're not going to use them to make a poison to poison an enemy, or sell
The
them on in a
bird
further
was
town?
stupid enough to eat your mushrooms and trip out.
I think that's on him.
If I were a blacksmith and I made a sword, and I sold it to a guard,
I'm loving that
and
argument.
and I sold it to a guard, you would not question if he used it on a villain. But if I sold it to you, and you went on and stabbed someone in the street and mugged them, is that my fault, or is that your fault?
Serena just glares at him.
Logic!
Says,
Mister,
Yes.
I has trouble with words. You know about plants? Got anything?
What type of plants?
Help with words?
I think I have just the thing. As he reaches under and pulls out a small. It's almost like a pitcher plant full of some misting liquid.
James,
Yep.
there is an actual magical item from Griffin's Saddlebag that does what I'm after.
The dryad leaf.
The Dryad Leaf.
Ah, fair enough. I was unaware of it. So he reaches under and he pulls out a single pristine green leaf.
It's just a leaf. Leaves don't last long, I don't think.
I don't know. You're referencing an item without me checking it.
Okay.
Give me a second.
Page 59. I had to look for it myself.
59.
It's a common magic item.
Reaches out and he pulls up a small potted plant. I believe this might be what you're interested in. If you're looking for something specifically to help with words. And the like. This will set you back just shy of 100 gold. We'll say for return customer discount, I'll give it to you for 95.
Okay.
And he hands it over. You have a dryad leaf, the common magic item. Moving back to this, I have a fine collection of my most recent procurements. I have 3 mushrooms similar to what your friend bought. The red and white spotted mushroom, the black and purple mushroom, and then the rainbow mushroom again. But I have some other fine acquirements. And he gestures to what looks to be an ordinary sugar cube. This here is a interesting concoction of multiple types of sugars I found around the nation. I've yet to see what it does to someone, but given what it's made of, it's going to be fun. And the last story, it is
Have
made.
you basically got moon sugar?
What it is,
Sorry.
I'm not gonna tell you. Eat it and find out.
Hmm.
And he gestures the other three. He has 3 more. They're almost like if you didn't know any better, they look like marbles. I have 3 candies here. He picks up the red one. This is a Ifriti's cinnamon gobstopper. He picks up the other one. This is the Glacier's Kiss. Apparently tastes like mint. He picks up the last one. This one is just known as the Void. And he places it down.
The Void?
The Void.
Why is it called the Void?
Because it's black. And it seems to have what looks like stars inside it.
It makes you void your bowels.
What does it do?
I would like to leave that as a surprise.
Interesting.
I like surprises.
Serena just looks and says, I do not recommend any of them.
Well, you're boring. I'll take the Void! And the Rainbow Mushroom.
He looks at you. The rainbow mushroom will set you back 7 gold. And the void will set you back 50.
Hand over the money.
Yep.
So should I eat this now or later? Referencing the Void, not the mushroom.
You eat it whenever you think it is appropriate. It is a pleasure doing business.
Mister,
Yes.
how much for pot?
No, he's outright asking for drugs.
Trent, check the volume of your inventory. I've added the candy in for you.
The fuck? Wow.
Do you know what it does?
No, I've just given him the title.
I can't even read the title.
If you copy paste into chat, the others will see it.
I copy paste in the Google to read it. So here's the title.
Yep.
Isn't that the best?
Which in Roll20, by the way, is just like big black boxes that kind of make a V and a C and then all these O's.
Yeah. Yeah, so Trent bought a thing.
Trent bought a fun thing.
For the are you referring to the flower pot he gave you earlier, Bailey?
No. For the pot of stuff that he's now
Serena,
filled up.
Generic
For the
vegetables.
pot of generic vegetables, it'll be about 10 gold. As it is probably close to a shopping cart worth full of assorted vegetables at this point.
So,
It's a pleasure always running into you and doing business.
Serena looks and says, I don't feel like it's that much of a pleasure anymore. Next time I see you, if I break something, it's on you.
why do
He reaches under the counter.
They've been nothing but pleasureness to us.
There seems to be some ill will. And he holds out a small lollipop towards you. A token of friendship.
No, thank you.
Oh, with a lollipop.
Your loss, and he just pops it into his mouth. Strawberry.
Strawberry. It's a nice flavour.
But is it an artificial strawberry?
This is important.
Candy?
Yes, candy. So if this is all, I do need to be getting on. But if you've got any more requests, I can see what I can accommodate.
Oh, do you have any mangoes?
Swing. Small bushel of mangoes.
Ooh, they look delicious. How much?
6 mangoes for a gold.
I will take that.
Hands over, takes your gold.
Serena looks and says, "What fruits do you have?"
What fruits are you looking for?
Blueberries, strawberries,
Thwack, thwack. I'd like to make
apples,
note that I believe at the moment it's the middle of winter.
apples, bananas.
Wait, no, it would be the start
Would
of
be coming into
It
spring.
would be the start of spring at this point with how long the campaign's been going. We've maybe start of spring to halfway through spring. So a lot of these things are out of season.
Yeah, and Serena's still asking for 'em.
Strawberries, but
Apples, bananas,
bump, bump.
kiwi fruit.
He puts 2 on the table.
How much?
For this, 8 gold.
I hand over the 8 gold.
He hands you.
And I look and say,
He hands you your fruit.
and more rainbow corn next time, please.
Certainly.
And no more trippy random.
As he just sort of leans and looks towards the knight at the back who has not purchased anything. Are you sure you do not want anything, my fine sir?
Yeah, I'm alright. I've got someone who cooks for me.
Understandable. Just wondering if you might have wanted some supplies, but if you're fine, I'm not going to push a sale. I've made enough of a sale today as it is.
Seem like a fine gentleman
Now,
and lady.
If that is all, we must be going.
Bye!
And they just sort of start packing things down and begin walking down the road.
Cool.
As you carry on towards the tower. At this point, you're in an open field. There's basically no trees or anything.
I was going to say, are we on the cart or did they take that back?
Jess mentioned that they returned it when they got to Zanra.
Ah,
Well, we would have had to because we only had it hired, like, we only paid for, like, the 2 months or whatever.
Yes.
no, you purchased the cart. You hired the horses.
No.
We only hired. It was all hire, Peter.
Was it?
Yep.
It was all higher because they were going to try and buy a griffin when they got back.
Ah. There goes that.
So yes, you continue up the
Well,
hill.
you're all on foot.
And anyone with a passive perception of 15 or higher, about 5 minutes
Nope.
later, notices there's no one on the road behind you. You can see halfway back to the town you're in, but the couple has just vanished again. Seemingly in thin air.
They did it again.
Oh, they do this often.
Every time we've seen them.
Ah, fascinating.
Here,
They really
there,
are.
everywhere.
Yet another magic to learn.
Trey, just for reference, where are you storing the void candy?
Just in my pocket.
You feel a dull throb.
I'd like to grab the
And then
candy.
something in your pocket.
You grab the candy.
Yeah.
Do you take it out of your pocket or do you just hold on to it?
I take it out of my pocket, hold onto it, and ask it if it's throbbing.
Ask it if it's throbbing.
Yeah.
So Lubash just asked the candy in his hand if it's throbbing.
Weird.
In Orcish.
Oh god.
So he's
Like
talking to it in Orcish. After about a minute, there's another thump in your hand.
Hey guys, my candy's throbbing.
That's weird.
Eat it.
I suggest throwing
Okay,
it in the
I put it in my mouth.
Give me a second. I have to go look something up.
Emily's just gonna stop on the beetle now and take a break.
For fuck's sake.
What? Oh.
Well, I was already tempted to eat it in front of the couple. Like I was gonna buy it and immediately put it in my mouth, but I thought I'd not be as big of a pig, so I was already quite tempted to put it in my mouth. And my
Lubash,
you
taking
know,
things in his
story was
mouth
like,
and
you should
very
eat it.
close
So
to-
I'm like, he seems trustworthy.
Trent.
I say eat it as I'm sitting there, and if you'd looked, I'm trying to feed a frostberry to the dragon.
As I said, Lubash putting things in his mouth since he choked on the spoon. Speaking of which, I'd like to point out Ibley spent money while in town and specifically got a spoon that Lubash couldn't choke on.
Amazing.
I'm sorry, but isn't it just a spoon with a hole in it?
So it's too
Not
big for
necessarily.
Lubash to fit in his mouth.
Oh, I'll make a bet.
He is a bard.
Don't bet the bar to anything.
My spoon is too big. Puts handle in mouth.
So that's when you just make it so it's got holes all the way down it, so then he physically can't choke on it because there's always a way for air to get
But then it's
past.
not spoon. Correction. But then it's not a spoon.
No, down the hand. And then I become a whistle.
You
Would I
become
have
your own
to
musical
do that
instrument.
abroad?
Do you have if you turn into an instrument though?
Oh.
I have lute, but I'm pretty sure I have other instruments as a bard. I forgot to write down. So yeah, I could put spoon whistle as a proficiency.
Spoon whistle.
No, you just put down spoons.
Yeah, spoons and washboard.
That's an Australian
God.
word, right?
Oh.
No, if I'm going to be an Australian bard, I'll do what I did last time and do a bull roarer.
Don't forget a didgeridoo.
A bull roarer, that
Oh,
way you can use it
God.
as a weapon as well.
You watch as Lubash just pops the candy in his mouth, and then I need a wisdom saving throw from Lubash.
Oh no, not a wisdom saving for her. Oh, how's that 20 plus 1? I get the plus 1 because of the collect protection. So, yeah. 21.
Yeah, you succeed. And you're like, it tastes of black licorice.
Licorice.
And then he just vanishes.
Where'd he go? Is this a common occurrence?
Serena just looks and says, "He brought something from them." Points like behind where they were and says, "And it was something fancy and funny. And the last time this happened, our last party member who brought something from them literally thought he could taste color."
As you just see the half dragon eating berry says, "Hey, fancy things aren't always bad." Pops a berry
This
into
is
their
true.
mouth. But that is a little concerning.
Yeah.
Serena looks and says, "Fancy things aren't bad. Fancy things from them usually results in some form of random crazy scenario."
Right.
James.
Yeah?
Ibley wasn't given instructions on what to do with the plan.
Just touch it to leaves and see what happens.
And you don't have anyone in the party who can cast Identify. You didn't ask.
Actually, there is someone in the party that can cast Identify.
Ah, fair. And around this point, Lubash just pops back into existence.
Licorice.
Enjoy the trip.
Trip?
Pops back out of
Yeah.
existence. For reference, every time you
Can Serena poke roughly where he was?
yeah, your hand just phases straight through. For reference, every time you pop out of existence, you pop into another plane.
Oh, okay. So I do see where I'm going.
Yeah,
Cool.
for about 6 seconds. First, you land in the into the Feywild, which is why you weren't 100%. Which is why you wouldn't be 100% started because you're just in a forest.
Yeah.
And then you're back with the party. And then you're on the Shadowfell. Everything is dark and gloomy. And then you're back with the party.
Hey, who turned that? Hey, guys.
Then you pop again, and I need you to roll a D100.
Oh no.
Oh, God.
If I'm going to make any enemies, it's going to be this way.
Popping in and disrupting some demon's lunch break.
Exactly.
What?
Oh,
What?
no.
What the fuck is your luck, Trent?
Oh.
What did I do now?
I just rolled a D100 as well.
And I got a 53?
I got a 52.
Close enough.
Someone's
we'll-
getting a new forced level in something.
So you're like, ha, ping, ha, ping, ha, ping, as you go through the 9 hells, the plane of fire, and then the last one, you just ping, and you're weightless.
Did he end up in the astral sea?
No, you're weightless. But looking behind you, you can see. You now understand that the world of Corvera is round.
Oh god.
There's other islands?
You can see the continent. You can see the other islands, and you feel something tingling behind you.
I turn around?
You slowly drift around, and then in front of you is the all-encompassing brightness that is the sun. I need you to make a con save.
21.
Cool, that's not enough.
Oh.
Is Lubash dead?
Then you ping out again and you land in front of the party. Lubash is
Right.
Lubash is currently blind, smoking in certain places, and incredibly reddish brown, as if he has the worst case of sunburn you have ever seen.
Decanter of endless water. Fire hose, please.
I attacked the water because, what's there? I don't.
You must now succeed on a DC 13.
It's around this point Lubash realizes that the candy has completely dissolved.
Where am I?
You with us?
Oh!
Can I poke him?
Good. Did you know we're on a giant
5
marble?
points.
Yep.
Does it make everything better?
He's no longer sunburned. After about 25 seconds, you get your sight back.
Oh, there you are. That's what
You're
you.
no longer sunburnt.
I was sunburned? I mean, it makes sense. There was a big yellow ball in the sky. It was very bright. Also, did you know we're on a marble?
Very interesting.
That would align with what the elders say, but then
Serena
again, they
gets
say some weird shit.
moving
Did
forward.
he have one of those
Peter, did you just
mushrooms
make
you
a
were talking
flat
about?
Earth joke?
No, I said that aligns with what the elders say.
Okay, I thought I heard that doesn't align with what the elders say, but they say some weird things. I thought you made a flat Earth joke.
Yeah, Serena just keeps talking.
So yeah, the party continues on. And then after a handful more hours, you arrive at the edge of the dead grass. You can see the tower about 500 feet off in front of you. As you are all standing on the living grass before stepping over the threshold into the dying grass.
Yep. Looks dead.
Oh, this grass is very dead.
That's some amazing perception checks from Trenton Haley.
I have a 19 passive, so I hope the grass is dead.
To be fair, Trent, with a 19, I can tell you currently the air tingles and no one would believe you.
I mean, fair.
I was going to say, with a roll of an 11 on perception, I ain't see shit.
Oh, are we doing perception
with 11 and a 12, the grass is dead. This basically matches the image you were shown in the tower.
Okay, well, I start marching forward.
Damn it, Haley, you ruined it.
Oh,
What?
wait,
What's
I might
your
have a
idea
thing
for
for
that?
this. Hold on.
With a roll of 18 and a roll of 20, you are able to see that the grass is slowly dying at a noticeable rate as the ring slowly expands.
This is ongoing and continuous. This is weird. I can't imagine this being good for the surrounding area. We must do something about it.
Can I use this on the grass?
Yes. The grass is under the effect of a drain life and wither spell, seemingly sucking all life towards the tower.
Don't you just learn the school of magic?
Yeah, this one I just learned at school, but I can make.
Necromancy.
Yeah.
I feel like it's some sort of drain life spell.
It
I
seems,
also
to,
have like
wither.
it seems to be
I have
killing the
20.
grass and coming roughly from the tower.
Wow, shit, we already knew.
Let's attack the tower.
Does anyone step across
Cool.
the threshold?
I do.
Why
I
not?
send my familiar to its pocket dimension first.
Yep. Constitution saving throw.
Yep, that's fine.
Well, everyone who stepped on the grass?
Everyone who steps onto the dying grass.
Okay. That's a 28.
Nothing seems to happen to the first two.
Oh boy.
I will now step forward.
Oh boy. Me and my mount rolled the same number.
Oh, fuck.
So
I just love that sound. Oh fuck.
Mikey rolls a 13. His mount rolls a 13. And Raymond's like 15, 17, 5.
Oh fuck.
I mean, water strong.
There's a reason I put my familiar in its pocket dimension.
I haven't summoned mine yet, so
You'd be
Nice
concerned
lead from the
about
front.
that.
The DC was 15.
Poo.
Ooh!
Do people get the aura thing from me? Don't people get the motto?
Yes,
Yeah,
so
Hang on,
Mikey,
it's-
you don't fail.
Yay, me and the mount don't fail.
What is your charisma modifier?
More than 2.
Is it 10?
Sorry.
This is not for
Two.
you.
So Kujiro and Elena fail and just
Yay.
immediately freeze in place.
Ah,
Sorry.
And
Help.
the bottom of their feet slowly start
How do
turning
you
grey.
How do you do
Can I?
like here?
Pick one of them up.
You just
You
touch
poke-
them.
No, like, oh, sorry.
Yeah, as the bottom of their feet slowly start turning grey, and they are unable to move their bodies at all.
Can I pick one of them up?
You can certainly try.
I would like to try. What do you want me to roll?
Roll a con save with disadvantage first.
Okay.
ah.
How's the 12?
Lubash grabs. Who are you grabbing?
It's
Um,
14.
Out of Haley and who's the other one?
Kujiro.
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 You touch Kujiro and you freeze as well. You watch as the toes and bottoms of the feet of Lubash begin to turn grey.
We're dying, help. Bit more.
Can't move someone using the mold earth spell?
You can't
No,
move. It's not your
I
paralyzed.
I need Haley and Kujiro to roll another con save.
Fucking hell!
That's pretty as well.
Kujiro snaps out of it. Haley is now grey to the knees.
I mean, I'm already kind of grey, so I'm just getting just a little bit grey.
grey. Clothes included.
Haley, 2 shades of grey.
Oh,
James,
no.
Trent, con
Yes.
save.
As in putrefied grey?
That's a 25.
Trent breaks free.
Fucking hell.
James,
Yeah,
can Ibli lasso Haley and drag her out?
sure. Lasso. Con save
Yeah,
with disadvantage.
No, make a dex check to hit with the lasso.
No, it's an automatic hit because Haley is currently paralyzed.
Mm.
Yay.
Con save with disadvantage.
Yep.
I'm not even on the ground though.
No, but now you're touching someone.
Did your beta roll a con save?
No.
Bailey has not
me
stepped
and
onto the grass yet.
Ah.
Me and the beetle both haven't.
Oh.
As you watch as the rope wraps around and Ibli pulls it taut, and the rope just turns solid grey. Ibli stops moving, and his arms are grey now.
Fuck's sake. I wish to like keep moving towards this tower. I'm gonna
Lubash has idea.
from the tower.
So Jess just leaves the party and starts walking towards the tower.
Lubash has idea. Lubash
Yes.
pulls out his loot
Yep.
and casts levitate on Haley.
Well, with Jess leaving, there goes our buffs to saves.
Yep. Haley levitates off the ground. Con saves from. Well, actually, no. Haley does not move because you see the levitate effect take place, but the rock solid rope holds her in place.
Can I break the rope?
I need a con
I
save
mean-
from Haley and Bailey.
That's a lot better. I'm happier with this one.
Just you
Haley
watch, I'm
breaks
gonna-
free of the effect.
Ah.
Bailey is now stoned for the entire torso to the waist.
Is it still progressing even if though the source of the petrification isn't touching you?
Yes.
Right.
Haley, you are also currently grappled by a stone rope.
Can I try to break it?
Sure. Athletics check.
Oh, I'm not very good at those.
No.
See?
You're like, eh.
Well, my
Oh.
point is, if I beat whatever the hell's in there doing this, it'll stop.
You got 350 feet to go before you get there.
Well, I didn't know that. But whatever.
Can Lubash break
I said the
Right.
area was
It's
400.
fine.
You can break. You break what?
the stone rope or attempt to break
Sure, make an attack roll.
with whatever I want, or
Yeah.
Kane.
Gunk.
Ugh. This dumb stone rope.
Con save from Ibli, please. No disadvantage this time.
Yay!
Breaks free, the rope just falls slack.
Ugh. Am I floating?
The moment the rope goes slack, you just shoot 6 feet in the air.
Cool.
Because
Can I-
all of the focus on levitate up just all hits you at once.
Cool.
So
Ah.
I grab Haley and just kind of like, I guess, toss her towards, gently toss her towards the tower.
I like how you quickly added gently. Sure, you can lightly push her. She drifts about
Cool.
15 feet and stops.
Yeah.
This is fun.
At this point, Serena, you probably see the fact that the party has started moving again.
Ibli, are you coming with us, or
You really don't like.
you can hop on my shoulder?
No. Ibli has idea. One moment. A bit of rummaging later, and he pulls out the bow, the arrow, and he uses Haley.
How would you like to fly?
What's your character's name?
Elena.
Oh, Elena,
Elena.
sorry. Yes. Yes.
I hand a arrow that now has a vine attached to it to Lubash and tell him to go ahead to Elena.
Okay. I'd like to cast fly on myself first.
Uh-huh.
I just
If that's
walk
the case,
behind.
then he's not even gonna bother with fucking handing it to Elena.
Yep, so Ibli just gets dragged into the air behind them. What about the beetle?
I'd like to start pushing Liana,
Elena.
Yep.
Liana towards the
Meow.
We're
Beetle.
just like,
What is up with Beetle?
It's technical. No, Beetle's staying. It's not wanting to cross the line itself. It knows something's funky.
Uh-huh.
It's a beetle of Earth, isn't it?
Yeah, but it still have to do a con save.
Uh,
And I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. I have to check the sheet.
Sorry,
It's got only a +4. So it's only got plus one more on the modifier for a con save.
+4 is better than what some other people had.
Yeah, like Ibli.
Oh, can I
Uh,
talk to you while fighting?
What?
Undoable.
In a second. So you're leaving the beetle behind?
Yes, the beetle's gonna go bury itself in the dirt somewhere.
Yep.
Feel safe.
The party travels on, catching up to
As
Serena after a couple of minutes, and you
as
arrive.
we're traveling, do we see any statues or any figures
You
around the
see
tower?
7
So we see all the other people.
in a group of 3 and a group of 4. One only about 5 to 10 feet from the tower, almost at the door, and the other's about 10 feet back,
Alright.
frozen in mid-March. Some walking, some seemingly trying to pull on statues, similar to how Lubash grabbed Kujiro.
Oh, guess we can see what happened to them.
I'm not even going to stop to look. I'm just going to keep marching.
As the party arrives at the tower, that's where we're calling it for tonight, because it's almost midnight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm not having you guys step into the tower and possibly engage combat or traps or something, with it being like what,
Quarter to midnight.
quarter to midnight. Because you guys
Fair.
can step in and God knows what could be in that first room. If it's even a trap, like people rolling saves and stuff could take us past midnight.
You do know what's in there.
Well, he is God, so God knows.
God, we hope he knows.
All right, well, I'm just gonna go to bed.
Yep.
Night, guys.
Me
Mm.
too.
Yeah.
I've been wrecked for like the last 2 hours.
Yep.
That might be.
It's like none of the spells I have could help.
It's funny, casting levitate on me because if I could move, that's what I was going to do to myself.
Fair.
I was going to say you could move your arms.
Because you're now immune to the effects, actually, I'm going to stop OBS before I leave that running.